Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta, and thanks everyone for tuning in for another one of our chats, our tea chats. We love it. And before we, yes. And before we get going, we just want to remind you all, if you like our videos, we would love for you to show it by hitting that thumbs up icon. That means that you like our videos. Subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification if you don't want to miss any of our videos. Okay, so as usual, we're going to get started with teas. Now, what tea are we drinking? Last week, I showed you my tea steeper, and I have it here, steeping some tea.
Oh, that's so
you can't
cool.
see it. No, now
Yeah,
you can't see it.
that's
Now
you.
look at that. Oh, there you go, tea steeper.
Yes.
I'm going to get a cup, and I'm going to steep it on top. So you just put it on top, if you can see it, and it's going to go into the cup. You can't even see it now.
Oh, yes, that's wonderful.
See
That's
how the
like
water
magic.
disappears?
It's just magic.
You can't even see them. My virtual background is in the way. But it worked last week. But there you have it. I'm drinking my tea. Oh, what tea am I drinking? The same as last week. I've ordered some new loose leaf teas, but this is honey and licorice. So cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. And you can talk about what you're drinking, Gloria.
Okay. I was feeling a little cold, and one of my favorites is the honey. Okay, am I going to have to turn there we go. Honey lemon ginseng tea. I love this tea. It is light in ingredients, green tea, lemon, licorice, Rosetta's favorite, roasted chicory, ginger, orange blossom, dried honey, and Asian ginseng. Quick, simple, to the point, and I mean the lemony flavor is amazing. So cheers.
Nice, cheers. And I have the honey coming through with the licorice.
It's a win-win, win-win. So we always like to kick our chats off talking about Ellen, because Ellen always reminds us to be kind to one another and to listen to one another. And I think everyone will admit that we've all hit a point of COVID overload. So now is the time to be more sensitive and to listen as lovingly and as kind as possible. So listen. So we're going to talk, briefly about the update on Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. They're still in the news. Information is still continuing to come out of England. It's interesting to me how there is an organization that runs the government instead of the Queen. I always thought Queen, what the Queen says is law. And this organization they kind of given more credit to Duchess Meghan by them attacking her. They're going to do a complete investigation. The Queen says they're going to do an investigation, and Prince Williams broke protocol by saying, we are absolutely not, racist. So what did you think, Rosetta? I mean, he actually said something. Normally there's no comment. They don't have time to speak. He said something. He kept moving, yet he did say something.
Yeah, I was surprised, and I'm actually glad that he said it, which is good. I don't really have too much response because I'm still getting over all the things surrounding it, but I'm glad he said that, and we shall see what happens. But since the interview with Meghan and Harry, so much controversy and so many things have come out of it. But I'm really glad that we saw that interview, and she really was able to speak her truth and be heard, hopefully, because I heard her and I understood where they were coming from. And I'm really glad that they set the record straight, because like you said, it's an industry that's controlling them, and it's very hard to get away from that. But they did, and we learned so much that it wasn't them who wanted to start new cultures. It was because of that industry that had forced them to do what they did.
Right.
So Yeah, that's what I have to say about it. And I'm just keeping apprised of what more information comes down and what things are centered around that, what things
Yeah.
are transpiring around that. That's what I wanted to say.
You know, I have to admit, I was, very novice. I had no idea about I've heard the title, the Commonwealth, for years. I just never equated that to geography. And when it came out after the interview that 60 to 70% of the people of the Commonwealth are people of color, I thought, yeah,
Hmm.
they're gonna have to talk. They cannot let this just keep rolling on and no one say anything.
Right, right. You're very true. That's really true. You're correct. It is. A large majority of the Commonwealth is of color. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would think that they would be loving and embracing Duchess Megan instead of, persecuting her and trying to backdoor her and say that she is toxic and mean.
Yeah. I that's we can go on and on and on. I could talk on and on about this and how they're just not treating her well, but they would take forever. But yeah,
Yeah.
we all know if you've been following this and you've been interested in the Duchess and Harry, you will know, and you probably have your own. And comment below because we'd like to
Yeah.
hear your thoughts about this. But we don't want to start anything. We don't want to,
Right. Right.
like
No, we just want to engage in conversation because I think we've all learned over the last year, 2020, that sometimes silence is compliance. And silence is not necessarily compliance. People just didn't understand. I think that's why there has been this big, huge opa going on with the show called The Talk. Now, The Talk is I think it's 5 women, and they sit down and they talk about current events. And as we shared with you the last time, there was a discussion about, this whole situation. And Sharon Osbourne spoke out in support of her friend, Piers Morgan. Unfortunately, in her support of him, she sort of attacked Sheryl Underwood, and because Sheryl Underwood was trying to bring up the points of Duchess Megan is a Black woman and having a Black woman's voice be heard. And it just kind of blew up. Well, we wanted to give you a little insight. The Talk has not, it came on the day right after the blow up, and then they went on a hiatus. And then I just heard this morning that they will not be back on air together until Tuesday. There's all kinds of conversations about should Sharon come back, because she's like, I'm not racist, and it's like, if you're not racist, then you have to realize it's all in your words and it's all in the way that you communicate. And Sheryl Underwood said to her, I'm trying to have a conversation with my friend. I've never heard you, Sharon, say a racist thing. I'm talking about Piers Morgan. So it's the gift that just keeps on giving. It's not done yet.
Yeah, and I think in regards to the question, should Sharon Osbourne come back? I would say to that question is she should come back if and only if she's willing to come on and see it from the side of Sheryl Underwood, how she was addressing that situation as a friend and not to say that you're a racist. Yes. Just so that people watching the show could understand, right? Again, we keep saying as a friend because Sheryl is a friend.
Right.
And it wasn't to pick at her. She already said, we know you as not because you want to understand and educate yourself when these things happen in the past. But right. I think Sharon needs, the way that she can come back is by trying to see it from Sheryl's side of it and not take it to heart. Because I don't think that Sheryl was trying to say that she was a racist by any means.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, and whatever happens, right? We have no control over the talk. We're not part of the show, so we can't do anything about it. We'll just keep you apprised of what's happening, who's in, who's out. And I'm really hoping that Sharon will come back, but we'll never know.
Yep. We'll let you know when we know something. Speaking of, we'll let you know when we know something. Oh my God. Oh my God, The Bachelor. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin. So I'm gonna let you begin.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot letting me begin. Right. I'm just going to dive right in. Well, as you know, we skipped 1 week of doing reviews last week, and I'm glad we did because this week everything came. And you know what? Watching it from the beginning to the end, even the after show of the Bachelor, it brought some kind of closure to me. And I'm telling you why, because okay, originally I did not like Michelle very early on when they were still going through that whole dating process.
I was
Then,
Michelle all.
yes, yeah. And then when she was dwindled down to the final four and she did the homecoming where she hometowns, I kind of started to change my tune. And I started to like her and to see her for who she really is. A teacher
Yeah.
with the kids, and she wasn't around all the other women. So it was good to see her in her own element and be comfortable and bringing Matt back to her hometown. So I started to see a change in her. And I'm glad that she was one of the last two. The whole time I was rooting for her. And I'm not sure why I changed my tune on Rachel, because I decided I don't like Rachel anymore. I want Matt to be engaged to Michelle. I thought that was,
Yeah.
I think they were I thought they were the great couple because he liked her as a teacher, and it just seemed, to me, in my mind, it seemed more fitting, that relationship. So needless to say, oh my goodness, they didn't even, wow. So if you have seen it, you know that he called it quits, right? With Michelle.
Right.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
I
And
was too.
she wasn't even given any time to ask why for an explanation. He didn't want to give her an explanation. And that was shocking as well. And I know when you like really love someone, or you feel you're in love with someone and you can't go on, or you feel that person is for me, when they do that to you, oh my God, I don't know if you have felt that, Gloria, but you feel like your whole life is gone. It's
Yes.
devastated. Like you can't live anymore. No more tomorrows. This is it. I'm done for. My life is ended.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have that conversation for closure. And
Right.
You're right.
Right. He never gave it to her. But in the end, I feel that Matt James is very honest and genuine. But one thing that kind of irritated me about, I have to talk about this, was he was ready to propose to someone prior to having the two girls meet his mom.
Right.
And I think because of what the mom said, love is not everything. Love fades, right?
Yes.
It made him rethink.
Yes.
Now, you can come from two sides. My opinion to this is only my opinion. I think that not every relationship is going to be like how the moms turned out. Yes, I'm sorry that she actually went through all that and her husband left her, and she was left as a single parent, and Matt grew up with just one parent.
Right.
But sometimes love is what holds it together, I feel.
Yeah.
If you have, because that's your why, your strong enough reason why, right? So I just feel that he is going on the words of his mom, saying love is not everything and it can fade.
Yes.
I kind of felt a bit shocked that he would listen to her and reconsider after he said that. Yes, love does fade, but then love carries it through, and you can't just base everything on how your mom's relationship ended. So I was kind of upset with that. So that's really my thought on it. But I could keep going on. And in the end, I do agree that Matt needs to come to his own. He came to his own truth, what needs to be done for him and what's right for him. And as we know, me and Gloria have always talked about this throughout the show, the season. He's very honest and truthful as how he wants the environment of the Bachelor to be, and who he wants as his wife, and what kind of woman he sees. If he doesn't like it, it's toxic, out they go. So he's been very, very honest and open. But I'll pass it over to you now and see what you say. What do you think, Gloria?
Well, I was Team Michelle all the way. I like the fact that she was a teacher I was very impressed that, remember, Michelle was part of the second wave. Number
Yes.
one, the Bachelor production staff, you guys need to take a pause. You're already talking about, Bachelor in Paradise and the new Bachelorettes, and we'll get to that in a little bit. You need to go back and figure out, oh, what are you doing? Because you're moving at such a fast and rapid rate. So you are going to have Matt do the, what do they call the suites? They get to spend the day and the
Fantasy
night.
suites.
Yes, so they have the fantasy suite. So each girl gets, the last three girls get to spend time with him. Now, if you go back to the beginning, there were 35,
I would say.
Well, no, there were 33 girls. And then remember, they brought in 5 new ones because he had a total of 38 girls.
Okay, so that was right. You're right. 33 plus 5.
Yeah. So you go through all these women. Okay, that's very hard to find someone. Now, we all could tell that Matt was clinging to, what was her name? The one he picked. Rachel. He took Rachel on the shopping spree. He bought Rachel red bottom shoes. He would tell all the girls, I think I'm going to turn in early tonight. And then he'd go, Rachel, you got a minute. And then he would sweep her off and do things. So we knew he had feelings. However, after Michelle went down the front of a building with him, if that doesn't show that I'm with you all the way, commitment, love, respect, and honor, I didn't get it. I know what his mom said messed with his head, because you could see a shift in his behavior. He went from about me finding a woman that I could live with and love forever to this thing that it had to be overwhelming love. If it wasn't, then, I shouldn't do that. He had a conversation with himself and he's like, I'm going to have to, my girl bought him jersey with his name on it, number 1, and put her name on it and number 2. She really, really loved him. She opened up and let him meet her kids,
yes, she did.
Students.
Yeah.
And what he does for a living was somehow tied into that, because he made a comment like the synergy of our lives. So I want to know what happened to take him from that synergy to just going for lust. Because, I watched Rachel, and Rachel, when Michelle came back after her fantasy suite, Rachel was upset. She, she's like, I can't do this. I love him so much, it hurts. And, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Tristan when she was the first Bachelorette, and how it didn't matter who she was with. When she was with Ryan, you could see that connection. And I know that Matt had a connection with Rachel. And, when he said at the end, I don't know how I would be going through a relationship with the history, because she never got that wearing the dress and going to the party. She didn't understand how being married to a Black man, that would become part of their story over and over and over. So I think that's why Matt had to say bye-bye. However, I know he was hooked. That was who he wanted. I don't even know, he should have sent Michelle home earlier instead of keeping her, because if he knew it was Rachel, that's one thing I love. I love when a person says, I know you're my person. I know I'm not supposed to tell you how I feel. However, I love you. When bachelors and bachelorette in previous seasons have felt it, they say it. They don't say it all out, but they let that person know that they're special. So I also thought Emmanuel Acho, hopefully, I can't remember if it's Acho or Aiko, but he replaced Chris Harrison as the host. And I think he did a great job. I think that he brought situations up so that they could talk about it. Now, they didn't show this, but this morning he shared that he had a conversation with Michelle, and Rachel on the couch. Michelle got to tell Rachel how she felt, because I would have felt betrayed too. You're supposed to be my friend. After all this stuff came out, Rachel never reached out to any of the girls to say, oh my God, what I did was just so stupid. You know, I was just going to a party. I had no conceptual idea of what I did and how it would affect you. And then Rachel got to talk to Michelle a little bit, and he said that the girls embraced. And he said, this is what the world needs to see. A Carmel girl embracing a Black girl. Let people see that, you know, there is light at the tunnel, and we can all live and be together. So I think he did a really good job. I'm very excited that Michelle is the next Bachelorette, which is really cool. Katie is also an upcoming Bachelorette, and I don't know, I just never got beyond her little personal device that she brought with her. I don't know.
I liked her. I actually got over that, and I liked her, and I thought that she was very honest going to Matt, even though other women did not like that. I thought it was very, very nice of her to bring that up, because that needed to be told, because if she hadn't, he would have not known any of this would be happening.
Yeah.
So I liked her, but
yeah, you liked her. Good.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I think for me, I liked her coming up and doing the honesty, but then at a certain point for me, she went from being the honest girl to the tattletale girl. I mean, the point where she told about the toxicity of the house, that was right on point, and I thought it was great. But at a certain point, you have to kind of like move on and stop worrying about what they're doing and focus on what you're doing.
I thought that was it for her in The Bachelor, because after that, Jasenia was the one that brought up all the toxicity after that.
Yeah, but I think Jasenia was also the one where they went to try and have a conversation.
Yes.
And, you know, and it was like, Katie was like, yeah, whatever. I mean, there was a level of sincerity that kind of dropped a little bit. And it could have been because I was just overshadowed by all the crazy things that were going on. I think we all can agree though, Matt, the beard's got to go. That beard is not becoming to you. So honey, shave, please.
Yeah.
I'm begging you.
You're right. Yes, it's got to go. Got to go.
So that's it on The Bachelor. I don't know. I like Michelle a lot, so I might be hooked into another time of watching it. As we find out more information, we will share it with you.
And Michelle's not until the fall. She's not until the fall. Katie's first.
Oh, Katie's first. Okay,
yes.
So Katie's first. And if you have comments about this Bachelor season and what you thought, please comment down below and let us know. Okay. So in the spirit of International Women's Month, the entire month of March, we want to highlight another beautiful woman. Her name is Kim Ng. Kim began her career with the White Sox after graduating from the University of Chicago. I just love it when a woman does something that's not necessarily perceived as a woman's job or role. So Rosetta, why don't you share some more about her?
Yeah, Kim Ng, she's amazing. Actually, that's what she is. She
really is.
Yeah, she really is. She graduated from the University of Chicago and played softball in college. And she actually worked her way up. American executive in the major leagues. That's pretty cool. Major League Football, that is, not baseball, football. And now she's currently the GM of the Miami Marlins. So that's pretty great. That's her current position now. And she is the first woman to serve as a GM of a team in the Big Four leagues in North America, and the first person of East Asian descent to serve as a GM of an MLB team, which is amazing. Good for you. Good for you.
Yes, we're so proud of you.
I mean, being a woman
is link down below to learn more about her.
Yes, being a woman is amazing in yourself, in your own rights, but Asian lady, wow, this opens doors for so many more Asians to know that these things are possible, because as an Asian girl growing up, you don't ever think about doing anything like that, nothing to do with sports, because all you're meant to do is grow up, be a lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever,
Yes,
right? In those
yes,
fields. If you're going to
yes.
be playing sports, forget about it. That's not even in our vocabulary. You can do it as a recreational thing, but to have it as a career, no, 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 that's not heard of. And you're kind of shunned upon if you do anything apart from those doctors and lawyers and engineers. But thank you, Kim, for paving
Yeah.
the way. We really, really thank you.
And I also think it was really wonderful because this all happened in November of 2020. And when she was announced, she received congratulations from Michelle Obama, Billie Jean King, Hillary Clinton, just to name a few. And Derek Jeter is one of the co-owners of the team, and he's the one that made the call to her. And because of their previous history of working together, she was just like, you playing with me. And he's like, no, I'm not playing. It is real. And we're very, very excited to have you on board. So this is also really wonderful because it shows the positive collaboration. You know, when you show excellence, it shows up. And we're so proud of you.
Yay, yay, yay. Great for setting an example.
Yes. So we wanted to do a little update on COVID here in the Bay Area where Rosetta and I live. Our numbers are really doing good. They're stabilizing and going down. Vaccine administrations are going relatively good. We've had some, inks. President Biden announced, I think that was Monday, that as of May 1st, any United States American adult that wants a vaccine, there will be a vaccine available for them. The hiccup, of course, is getting it in the arms because there are people who are concerned, afraid, as I've shared with you many times, because of testing on Black Americans in historical times. They're afraid. And, I have an uncle, he is 81. His birthday is Friday. He's going to be 81. And I'm so excited for him for his birthday. And he has told me he's not going to take the vaccine. He told me if he dies, he dies. I don't want to get emotional. He's just afraid. And I just think it's so sad that we can't focus on love and everything we do is just so negative. I ask myself at least once, maybe twice a day, how did we get here as a people? How did we become so cynical? How did we become so mean and uncaring? Rosetta always reminds us it starts at the top. And this call is to moms, mothers, please, please take back the nurturing and the instilling love and respect in your children. Teach your children to respect and honor people so that when things like this come up, we are in a better position to collaborate together to get results than to have people go, I don't trust, I'm not going to do it.
Well, I just feel that, yes, in the past, yes, African Americans were thinking about the past, but the vaccine is not just for African Americans, it's for everyone.
Exactly.
So all races are getting the vaccine, not just African Americans. So remember that, right?
Oh yeah, they know that. It doesn't matter. It's almost as if they think there's a version for them and then there's a version for everyone else.
Wow.
Very difficult conversations, and it's not just Black Americans, it's Latino Americans too. They're like, I have a brother and he's like, I've been going to work every day and I haven't got it. I've been in an elevator with someone who had it and I didn't get it. So I don't know if he got it and it was asymptomatic, but he's like, he's not worried about it. So for those who aren't worried, I hear you. I just want you to be, accountable for your actions, because if you get someone sick, say you go and you hug your grandmother or your grandfather, young people, and they get sick, they get COVID and they die. Trust me, you are going to not like yourself for the rest of your life because of a stupid, whatever. I hear that the travel numbers are going up. They're going up through the roof right now. And people are headed to Florida. They're headed to the warm locations, and they show them out on the beaches. And even though they say, if you come here, we're going to arrest you, they don't believe it. So they're still flocking there.
Yeah.
And they're, well, they don't require me to wear a mask. I'm not going to wear a mask. Don't let someone else take care of your accountability. You be accountable for yourself.
Yeah, so important. As she said, be accountable for yourself. I trust that. Wherever you go, it doesn't matter where you go, be accountable for yourself and how it will impact other people.
Yes. So one of the counties where we live, San Mateo, they are doing really good. We are in the red zone, which is we can actually open up. We can actually meet with people inside. We have to watch our numbers. There's a certain percentage. Now, San Mateo, they are open as of now. So their wineries, their gyms, they can have 25% of capacity. The retail locations are now open with modifications. So you have to find out specifically for your county what that percentage is that you can have. Museums, zoos, aquariums, movie theaters, like we are in the red zone, we can do 25% of capacity. San Mateo, they can do 50%. So I've noticed that movie theaters have cars in front of them. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Places of worship can now have 50% of capacity, and non-essential workers can return. The other thing that was very exciting to know is the vaccines are showing our numbers going down. So here in the Bay Area, we have two primaries, the Pfizer and the Moderna, and both of those vaccines are showing positive signs. I was shocked to hear that Europe is shutting down again. They've been using the AstraZeneca vaccine, and some people have experienced blood clots. Now, they haven't been 100% associated to the vaccine. They just happened at the same time. So they've also suspended that particular vaccine. So this is what I want people to know. If something starts to occur, because everyone's so sensitive, they're jumping on it. So, with the vaccine, you less probability of going to the hospital, less probability of passing away. Without the vaccine, not so much. So I know Italy's numbers were going way up again. And so I know that they're kind of restricting things. I saw a conversation that they're even thinking about allowing cruise ships back out into the ocean.
So, I don't think so. Too early still.
Well, it's too early for us to get on it. That doesn't mean that they're not going to try and get people to come. They are booking. However, Rosetta and I, even though we are cruise girls, we have decided we're going to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for a year or two. I don't know. We'll see.
I know. I had a cruise scheduled for 2020 and I postponed it to 2021. And now I'm probably going to postpone it to 2022 or 2023.
Yeah, good idea. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see, because more people are being vaccinated than anyway now, right? So it's a different story.
Well, there's also a conversation about the certain entities requiring the vaccine. And what I mean by that is companies, if you work for a company and they make it mandatory for you to have a vaccine in order to go to work, what would you do? If they make it mandatory for you to get on an airplane or a cruise ship with a vaccine, you have to somehow have something to verify. And that's where they are right now, is how did they verify it? Because they had some little barcode and people, they put the barcode out and someone showed them just how easy it was to hack it. So that's not going to work. So they have to figure out something that they can use that will help people be able to just walk up and authenticate who they are.
Right. Yeah. Because if there's a will, there's a way. People will try and hack anything, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was looking at the new process for getting on an airplane. They are, I mean, it's like you walk into the airport and you scan your phone, and you get your boarding pass. You scan your phone and your ticket, your luggage tags print out. You put the luggage tags on, you walk over and you put it on the conveyor belt yourself. You leave there, you go through security, you take your stuff out, you put it in the little tray, you go through. When you get on the other side, I mean, it's just everything is like scan, scan. So I thought to myself, that's really cute. What do you do if you're a little old person and you don't know how to use no cell phone like that? What are they going to do then?
Or if you can't lift your suitcase up onto the conveyor belt, someone going to be there to help you?
That's a great point, because when you're going to go on a trip, sometimes it's easier to pack one big suitcase than many little suitcases.
Right. So we'll have to see how that works. But for the people that are of healthy, a sound mind and are not small and petite, need help, or don't have any issues with electronics, then that's great for them, right? They can just do it fast, quick, and easy. I mean, that is a good way, right? I mean, it's a convenient way. So hopefully people that don't have electronics or can't lift their suitcase, there'll be someone there to help them.
Yes. And then the last COVID thing that I had, we just want to give a shout out to former presidents of the United States. They all but the last administration, President Trump didn't. They got their vaccines on camera so that people could see them receiving their shots. They have gone out and done conversations about the importance of the vaccine. I just heard that President Trump went out or spoke out yesterday that the vaccines are a good thing, and that he wanted all of his people, his followers, to get the vaccine so that they can all be safe. So hopefully it's coming from the top, Rosetta's words. So hopefully everyone's going to now see the combination of these vaccines. And, whether you believe in the technology or not, it's better to be safe than sorry. And I think if we could figure out a way for people to do more with the history, the historical compilation of the vaccine, maybe people would feel a little better, because we have people, and in their minds, it takes 20, 30 years to build a vaccine. And we got it in a year. We got
emergency use for it, because our vaccines have not been approved by FDA approved.
Right.
They've been authorized.
Right. And so that's what people need to realize, is that it is a process, and this is an emergency, because I'm one of the things that I love about Michelle Obama is she talks about being at home and COVID, and how being stuck at home, she's like, I don't know what this feels like. I think this is a little bit of depression. And it happens to us all, because you can only spend so much time. And I'm with her, because I feel like if I don't get out of my house soon, I'm going to lose my mind, because
which is why I like going grocery shopping, because that's the only time I get to go out.
But at least you get to go out and engage, and you get to do something fun. So that's a good thing.
Yep, it is.
Yes. So and since I was just talking about our previous First Lady, Michelle Obama, she has a new show on Netflix, and it's called Waffles and Mochi. And it is the cutest little puppets. And, I saw her talking about it, and, I was like, what is this? Her and puppets. And then as part of, she was on Ellen yesterday, and a part of their conversation was talking about, we all know, after being home for a year, that some people got into cooking. I have a girlfriend, she got into baking bread. She bakes bread and she just puts it up online, and she goes, fresh bread coming out the oven, and then you drive by her house, and then she just, hands you the bread, and you go bye-bye, and everything's good.
What?
Yes, yes, she bakes sourdough. I guess sourdough bread is the big thing.
Oh, yeah,
So
that was the big one.
yeah, so she's one of the sourdough bread persons. And Michelle was talking about the importance of cooking. One of the reasons that the people of the United States of America, we have high numbers when it comes to obesity and cancer and different diseases. Well, see, there's a myth that they're hereditary. They're passed from generation to generation. And some of that, I'm sure, is true. And then it also has to do with how food is grown, how food is prepared. So her new show is talking about food and how it's grown, how it's prepared in a manner that our children can watch it and they can learn how to be good citizens of food. I think it's amazing, amazing.
That's what we've been missing. And as a health coach, that's what I help families with. And I'm so glad that she's making it mainstream, because we need more people talking about this and and I'm going to say it again, comes from top down. And
Yes.
she's a great example. And she puts it in a way that's going to be really, really understandable for the young kids.
Yes. And, one of the things that Rosetta and we love talking about is the young kids. And so we're going to talk a little bit before we conclude about the Grammys. I thought I was blown away by The Bachelor. I was speechless. There were performances on the show that I had no words. We've talked a lot about attire. And my philosophy is, if someone had approached Aretha Franklin and said, you got to wear a bikini in order to sing, she would have told them where to step off.
I don't even think that people are telling the singers nowadays. They're just doing it because they know they get more likes and fans.
Yeah, but I mean, and I'm a Cardi B girl. I love me some Cardi B. I feel sorry for her sometimes because people are very mean. They go at her for just really crazy things. Her performance with Megan Thee Stallion, I was like, oh, that's different.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. I was watching it. Like we said in the other previous music award shows, the VMAs, the music awards, whatever shows they were, we had no clue who she was until that, right? On one of them, was it BET award or something? What was it that we watched? I mean,
that was the BET awards, and we had no idea. And she was in the back and she's shaking her butt and bouncing, and I was like, who is she? And she walked away with 3 Grammys, honey. 3. I mean, one was as a new young artist. So that's why we didn't know that very much about her.
Yeah, but this time it's a bit, I don't know. I just feel that, I mean, she can do what she wants. I mean, it's freedom of actions and speech right nowadays, right? People say that's what they claim to say, right? But I just can't watch it. I don't know. To me, I mean, I guess they say that she's a rap artist, but I don't think she's that great. And I didn't care for her dancing, that's sure. I'm sorry, this is my opinion, but I did prefer there was some I gotta talk about this. Did you see Bruno Mars?
Yes.
Oh my, what's that new group he's performing? Soul and Silk, Silk and Soul? What is that?
I love that. I love the little curly hair. It looked almost like a little curly afro back to the Temptations and the Motown sound. I was like, oh, Bruno, I love
Well, he says that he gets all his inspiration from those eras, right? The 80s, the early 80s, and then the 70s. Yes. Amazing. Now, I have to ask you, do you get from this whole show that they're going to be a new group?
I got from the show that there's a possibility that not only is there going to be a new group, when he's allowed to tour, they're going to tour. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
When I get tickets, and how much will they cost?
Well, let me tell you something. Now, just to age myself a little bit, back in the day when I used to go to concerts and we would think, what? $50? I mean, I think to go see Queen Bee is like over $300 a ticket in the nosebleed section, not down on the floor. in the nosebleed. I think Beyonce also looks beautiful. Congratulations, Queen B.
Yeah.
You knocked it out the park. She is now the #1 award winner. She's got 29. She's higher than anybody else. Blue Ivy, because she worked with Mom on one of the videos that she did. She is now a Grammy award winner. I think Blue Ivy's 9. She's 9 years old and she's got a Grammy.
Wow.
So that was really good. Seeing Queen B accept her award was beautiful. And then the outfit she wore to the after party was silver with
Oh, I didn't
silver
see
spool.
that. I just saw the leather. The leather dress was nice.
Yes. And did you check out her gloves with the gold tips?
I did
like
not see
Black
that.
Panther? Yes. So she did tribute to Black Panther. So I thought that was beautiful. But I don't know. I mean, girls, we know you are doing what you feel you have to do to make money. We just want you to realize at the end of the day, when your children start to grow and get a little bit bigger, you're going to have to explain everything you're doing right now. See, back in my day, there was no camera. So if I got on a bar and I did my little dance, hey, only the people in the bar saw me do my dance. If you get on a bar today and you do your little dance, hey, everybody in the room has a camera and every camera is taking a shot. So
I just feel that whatever floats your boat, right? But remember, you're right. There's cameras and there's videos. How do you want to be portrayed as? Because I think Megan Thee Stallion, that's how she wants to be portrayed as. And she's quite happy with it. And there's nothing wrong with how she wants to be portrayed. It's just not my style. But think about don't do it for the likes and for the followers. Do it because that's your style and you are truly passionate about the way that you are portraying yourself to other people.
Yeah. She was standing next to Queen Beyonce, and she made a comment to the fact that whenever she works on something or she does something, she always has to raunch it up. So this whole persona, she does this on purpose.
And that's that is a really, I'm telling you, yeah, she did say that because I feel that that's a really bad example to set for kids. Because kids now are thinking, I have to raunch it up to get those likes, and to be a Grammy winner, I have to raunch it up. No, you do not have to do that. I'm telling you. Yeah. I mean, Queen Bee never did that when she first started out. And although she does wear those leotards, I find her a bit more stylish for some reason. She's a bit more classy and a bit more stylish.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of it also, I'm not sure, but I think Megan also referenced Rock Nation, which is Beyonce's husband's.
Yes. So she's on his label.
His label, and they are more hardcore than say Lady B. So maybe because she's part of Rock Nation, she feels like this is what I have to do to stand out, and this is what I have to do.
You're right. Maybe that's it. I don't know much about that record label, but I do know that Jay-Z is a bit different than Beyonce, the way he's more of a rapper, right?
And once again, I don't want you to think I just come for the girls. I wanted to just, when I was a little girl, if you didn't comb your hair, my grandmother, male, female, she did not care. She was go, come here. And she had these metal combs with tiny little teeth, and she would rake those combs through your hair and comb your hair out. I mean, The Weeknd did it for a while. I didn't like it on his head. And Jay-Z, when I saw you with Lady B, I thought, what is that on your head? What are those things? Oh my God, cut that off. You are such a distinguished looking man.
Yeah.
And maybe this is your COVID look because you're just tired. And after COVID, you'll go back to a different style, maybe little locks or something real cute. I was just not feeling the hair.
But look at Trevor Noah. His hair's grown out.
Yes.
It looks okay. He styled it a bit. He styled it for the show, but he did an amazing job as a host. I like him. He was very good.
And he was, running around, and he would get excited when certain things would happen. So, all in all, it was a very interesting night. As you can tell, Rosetta and I both, Yes, I got Roseanne Barr in my head. 'Cause I was thinking about Sharon Osbourne, and all of a sudden my brain said, Roseanne used to be kind of, that's why she left. They booted her from her own show
Yeah,
because of her mouth and what she says. So it's what you say, what you do, and how you look. And I don't mean beauty. I'm a beauty person. I mean, I'm all about making everybody look beautiful. That's my thing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the beauty and the respect of you. We want you girls to respect you.
very, very true. Yeah, we can't say that enough. What respect do you have for yourself? Respect yourself.
Yes, that's important. So we always like to close everything off with a little moment with Ellen. And as I was sharing with you earlier, ex-First Lady Michelle Obama was on her show, and they played that game with the one where they sit them in the chairs and you have to give them clues and they can't say the wrong word. And if they say the wrong word, then they throw stuff at them. Well, Michelle's girl lost. They threw something red, looked like ketchup, and then they put a green powder all over the girls. And then the last thing they said was like scrambled eggs. I don't care how much money I could win. That's just too much. that's just way too much. However, because of the fun, Trisket, in combination with Ellen, gave Michelle $50,000 to support her charity, Healthier America. And
Yes.
she is spending all of her focus right now. I love it. When she starts something, she doesn't stop. So even though she did this as the first lady, she is continuing to work with and educating children on good quality food.
I love it.
Yes, because Rosetta, sometimes I'll call her up and I'll ask her a question about something, because I think I know what's good quality. However, I always want to understand. And the one thing that Michelle is talking about has to do with, and I'm just going to group it all into the word pesticides, but what they use on the crops, what they use on the foods that we eat. Because there's something, I don't know what it is, but there's something in America that is not good for American citizens and our food. And the quality of the food is going lower and lower and lower. When you hear someone say that we've done something to the soil in California and we can't grow crops, that just doesn't make sense. So thank you, Michelle, for staying on top of it and keeping things moving in the positive way.
Yeah, I really appreciate that because as I said, I love to help families as well with their health, nutrition, and healthy lifestyles. And I'm going to do more research on this. Waffles and Mochi, very, very cute.
Yeah.
And I want to see exactly what the details are on it. So I'll be doing some more research and sharing.
Yes. So you have to come back and check us out.
Yeah.
And like Ellen always says, she feels the love in the room. She sends it back out. Go out and share it with the world. Rosetta and I feel your love. We feel your support. We want you to always share it with the world. And let's collaborate together to make a better world. I'm calling all women of voting age. Let's rock the vote and change the world for the better for all people.
Yes. And do you see this? What is
Yes,
this? Green. St. Patty's Day.
Green.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Happy St. Patrick's
Day. Do you all know the meaning of it? Well, it's not just about drinking and eating corned beef and cabbage. It's about honoring feasting on St. Patrick's Day, the patron saint of Ireland.
Yes.
It was when they decided to commemorate Christianity.
Yes.
So it's a religious holiday, but all this drinking and feasting came after the fact.
Yes. I couldn't believe it. On the Today Show this morning, they had been running a bracket and it came down to Guinness beer versus corned beef and cabbage. Now you would think everybody can eat corned beef and cabbage, where only a select few might like Guinness. Guinness still won.
Wow.
I'm on corned beef and cabbage.
Wow. Well, Yes, you're right. You're right. And you can't see this shirt, but I just want to say this shirt, I got it in Belfast. I'm going to show it. See
Oh,
that? It says
yeah.
Belfast, and it's the town, the home of Titanic. When we
Oh,
went to
beautiful.
Ireland, we went to the Titanic Museum. So there I have it, a great memory, Belfast.
Nice. Nice. I look forward to us all being able to travel again. I mean, I'm going to Italy, I'm going to Paris, going to Rome. I just cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much again, everyone, for tuning in. Remember, we're Silicon Valley girls that love to chat over tea. So, want to remind you, if you sell teas, know someone that does, owns a tea shop, we'd love to review your teas in the future chat. But
Yes.
thanks, everyone. And we want to remind you to like our videos if you love this one, so you can catch some more. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification. Ding, ling, ling. This is from England. Can you see that? The
Yes.
British, there,
Yes.
the flag.
I see the flag. I see
The
the
flag. There it is. So hit that bell notification if you don't want to miss any of our chats. But remember to always keep
keep
smiling. Take care now. Bye-bye. Till next
Bye.
time.